Welcome to the story of the Grandma Lily's Secrets of Happiness. The Candle in the Storm. The firelight danced across the walls of the snug living room, wrapping the family in a cocoon of warmth as winter winds wailed beyond the frosted windows. Grandma Lily, her eyes sparkling with a lifetime of wisdom, beckoned her grandchildren to come close, with mugs of cocoa steaming in their hands and the scent of pine mingling with the crackling of logs. The grandchildren settled in, their young faces alight with curiosity. "Tonight," Grandma Lily began, her voice tender yet strong, "I want to share a story about resilience, gratitude, and the light we carry inside us, even when the world seems cloaked in shadow." There was a village lost to the storm. "Many years ago," she said, her gaze distant. "While I was about your age, I lived in a small, tight-knit village. Our lives were simple but full of meaning. Then one year, a storm, unlike any we had ever known, came upon us. For days, rain poured and winds raged, swallowing our fields and tearing through our homes. My family's farm, our livelihood and pride, was swept away. In its wake, we were left with nothing but the clothes on our bodies and a profound sense of loss." The grandchildren listened in rapt silence, their imaginations painting scenes of destruction. "I remember standing in the downpour," Grandma Lily continued, her voice tinged with emotions, "watching everything my parents had worked for disappear. The emptiness I felt was overwhelming. It was as if the storm had taken more than just our home. It had taken our hope. But there was light in the darkness." "Then," she said, her tone brightening, "something extraordinary happened. That night, as we huddled in the dark, my mother, your great-grandmother, did something that changed everything. She found a single precious candle, lit it wick, and set it on our makeshift table. This," she said, her voice steady despite the chaos outside, "is our light. Let it remind us that even in the deepest darkness, hope is never far away." By the glow of that humble candle, she told us stories not of sorrow, but of resilience, courage, and love. We laughed, we sang, and we held on to one another as the storm raged on. That tiny flame became our beacon, a reminder that while we couldn't control the storm, we could choose how to face it. The lessons of the candle. Grandma Lily paused, her eyes meeting each of her grandchildren in turn. "What that storm taught me," she said, "are lessons I carry with me to this day. Lessons I want you to remember. First, find joy in the smallest things. Happiness isn't about grand gestures," she said. "It's in the little moments. The first bloom of spring, the laughter of a friend, the feel of sunlight after days of rain. When everything else seems lost, those small joys can keep you going." Secondly, gratitude amid grief. My mother taught me that gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it can soften its edges. Even in the depth of loss, we focused on what we still had. We had each other. Gratitude is the balance that helps you carry both joy and sorrow. Thirdly, strength in togetherness. After the storm, our village came together. We shared tools, food, and hope. I learned that happiness and burdens alike grow lighter when shared. Never hesitate to lean on others and always offer a shoulder in return. Fourth, live in the now. The past is a shadow and the future a mystery, she said, but the present moment is a gift. When I stood in the rain, I focused on what I could do in that moment. One step, one breath, one small act of hope. Fifth, be kind, starting with yourself. Many of our neighbors blamed themselves for what they lost, but life isn't always fair, and self-blame only deepens the wounds. Treat yourself with the kindness you would show to a dear friend. Sixth, create a symbol of hope. Just like our candle, she continued, gesturing towards the old, worn candle on the table. Find something that reminds you of hope. It could be a photo, a favorite song, or even a small object you carry with you. Whenever life feels dark, look at it or think about it. Let it remind you that storms pass and light always returns. Seventh, accept life's duality. Life is a blend of sweetness and sorrow. During the storm, we cried, but we also laughed around that candle. Both are part of the human experiences. Embrace them without letting one overshadow the other. 8. Focus on what you can change. We couldn't stop the rain, but we could rebuild. Channel your energy into what you can do and let go of what is beyond your control. 9th, give back when you can. When we rebuilt, we shared what little we had with neighbors. In giving, we found a joy that surpasses anything we had lost. 10. Believe in tomorrow. Above all, Grandma Lily said, her voice steady. Remember, no storm lasts forever. Hold on to the belief that dawn will always come. And with it, new possibilities. Carry the flame forward. The room was silent as the grandchildren absorbed her words. Finally, her granddaughter asked, Grandma, do you still have that candle? With a smile, Grandma Lily reached for an old, withered candle on the mantle. It's seen many storms since, but it still burns when I need it most. And now I pass its story on to you. The grandchildren leaned back, their hearts worn by the tale. Outside, the storm still roared, but inside, the flickering firelight seemed brighter, echoing the enduring glow of hope. Remember, Grandma Lily whispered as the grandchildren began to drift off to sleep. Happiness isn't about avoiding the storms. It's about finding the courage to light a candle and carry its flame forward, even in the darkest of the nights. Thank you for watching.